Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Epic Fail, episode 192. For those of you watching the video, I'm sorry, I could not resist. If you are listening via audio, well, you're just going to have to look at the video this time, won't you? With me this week, once again, is not a gal. Real life is still kicking the crap out of him. He'll eventually come back, maybe, possibly, sort of-ish. I don't know. So, once again, rejoining this tiny little creature garden thing, you stick in. I gave my mom a zombified version of it for her birthday once, and she laughed and then looked at me strangely, which is nothing new. Frasley!
Hello! And you need a t-shirt for I couldn't resist. Because every time I've been on here, you're always like, I couldn't resist. I'm like, that's just you.
I mean, it was something goofy and silly, and, you pay attention to what it sees, and sometimes you get an idea of what might be talked about. Sometimes there are hidden little jokes. Other times, it's just something that I was like, that's going to be really funny.
And it made me want ice cream. So today I had a Frosty. Now, I did something different. I had Chick-fil-A waffle fries with it. And actually, it's kind of cool. They're a really good scoop for the Frosty. So Wendy's needs waffle fries because the Wendy's fries is good, but you only get a little bit. You get like this huge mouthful of stuff with the Chick-fil-A. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I don't eat Frosties anymore. They make my stomach go weird.
Oh. But Blizzard's okay, right?
Blizzards are fine. Regular ice creams are fine. Wendy's Frosties make my stomach be like, no. Oh. They're good, but they make my stomach all gurgly, and it decides, you can use your imagination.
Yes, and now the mental image is going through my head of your intestines. Yeah, that's...
Oh, it has nothing to do with my intestines. It's just my stomach. So how have you been? What have you been up to for the past... Well, I guess you were here last week, too. So last week.
So, I would typically talk about WoW, but I got a cool thing I did. So my nephew, he's 12, and he came over, and he's always been amazed at Twitch streaming, and always asked me a question about Twitch streaming. So I said, you know what? What if you and I Twitch stream together on the? So I sat next to him, while watched chat. I mean, and kind of helped him with different games. He had a blast. I mean, it was so cool. I had like the cool uncle and all that, and he was just like, we were just laughing because we did Jurassic Park, then we did Stanley Parable, and then today we did Batman Arkham Origins. And then at one point he gets fed up with Arkham, so he says, hey, you know what? You do it. So I ended up getting like an hour of my own gameplay, but it was a lot of fun and introducing him to the love of streaming. And I have to say, I hope that his chat is as awesome as my chat was, because I had a supporter chat and they were just like going along and laughing. And he was like, oh, there's people on the screen talking to me. So I love that. So if it's one of those moments, I'm glad I took that chance.
You said you did a stream with him, and my first thought went to Twitch Sings. I was like, hey, live duets.
Oh, but you want to know what was funny, though? There were he saw my mixer in front of me, and he starts changing all the things around, and he's like doing all this stuff, and it's like, oh, it'd be a lot of fun. I'm like, oh, it's a little mini me.
It's just like the real thing, only smaller.
And we even did some auto-tune singing. So there was singing happening.
Yeah. I don't have all those fancy buttons, so I don't have auto-tune, which probably wouldn't help too much anyway. It's like, auto-tune cannot fix this broken whatever this is.
Hey, everybody has a voice. I was watching Mr. Rogers today and watching Want to Be My Neighbor. And I love when Mr. Rogers said, I love you the way you are. I was like, he
Yeah, but
really was a cool.
he never met me, though.
I bet he would have loved little Draven.
I don't know. I don't know who that person is, so
Okay.
I can
yeah.
say that quite literally. I don't know who that person is.
I'm not who I was
arguably
when I was a kid.
Or I guess I should say was, but yeah. I have no knowledge of that, I'm going to say being, whatsoever. So
You were never a kid.
I have no memory of it, I'll put it that way.
Okay. Fair enough.
My brain is screwy. I remember all this useless garbage, but for 13 years of my life, nada. So it evens out. Yeah, someone's like, here's some brain bleach. Okay, now you're going to remember all this useless garbage that you'll never need, like song lyrics, video game strats, video game lore. You're not going to remember real life lore, just video game lore. And by real life lore, I mean history.
Yes.
But
what's history? I mean, it's all about video game lore. In dungeons.
Yeah, history. In such and such year, this game happened. And what was really special about that is they were the first ones to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then everyone's like, yeah, but what about these real wars between actual people? Oh, they don't matter. They're just people.
Yeah, they're just people. I mean, it's not like they are a horde leader or they're the leader of the Zerg or something like that.
They aren't comprised of pixels. I don't care about them. But yeah.
So, what have you been up to, Draven?
Oh my god. Work. I missed raid on Wednesday because of said work. I have a feeling I'm going to be missing a lot more raids because of said work. My hours got upped, and now I get to stay later. AKA, they like me or hate me so much that I am closing every night they're open. Like, ooh. I am the person closing the place. So, yay. It's back to the last time I worked in a movie theater, honestly.
Yeah. And Allie's right. Yay for having money coming in.
Hey, yeah, that's not bad, but it also means I'm missing raid. I'm missing certain streams that I haven't missed in, I don't want to know how long, years at this point. And that also means that the show is going to be moving dates as soon as that happens. Because I will be closing on Saturdays. And I won't get home until 1 a.m. My time, which is 3 hours from now.
Okay, so if you ever need me to stay up late, just let me know and I'll...
Yeah, it won't be on a Saturday. It'll probably be a Sunday.
Okay, and that'd actually work out better because I can sleep in a lot of Mondays better than Sundays.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that I sleep on Mondays. Nope.
I ignore Sundays for the most part. They don't exist. Unless they do. But, yeah, in terms of gaming-related stuff... a little bit of WoW, a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean, like, I played a little bit today of Overwatch, and then I had a couple games on, like, Tuesday, I think. And other than that, I don't know if anyone realized the music that was playing. 2 of the songs were from other games. One was Witcher 3, which I am going through again.
And so is Thorn just started that, and that was awesome last night. He was... amazed at the booty in the beginning of the like
I knew that
scene was coming.
I joined the stream for that because I saw he was doing it, and I was helping him out there. And then as soon as he logged off, I was like, okay, clicked my button and I started going. Because this is my now 3rd time going through the game, so I have a few hours in there because my first playthrough was about 100.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I didn't skip anything. I did almost all the side quests. I did almost all the little question marks, all that fun stuff, until I got to the last. And then I was like, I just saw how many there were, and I was like, yeah, that's too many. So I'm doing more this time. I'm gonna try to 100% it, and I already know I failed that because reasons. But
That's the game I need to try. I played it on PS4, and then when I moved to the PC, I own a copy. I just needed to play it because that game is gorgeous.
I haven't played the DLC on it yet, so that's why I'm going through it again. But I didn't have any for whatever reason I couldn't get it to load in the new ones without playing a new game. So I just started a new one. I found out there are mods for the game, so I can make it look a little better, which is astounding because it looks amazing already.
Yeah,
But I'm not gonna advertise the website, but there are websites out there that they make mods. Things like if you are near it, you can loot it. Things like, which is the only game quote unquote cheating I have, because I don't want to be bothered by getting off the horse to pick flowers. I can just run by them and they'll automatically pick.
bing. Yep.
Yeah, it's like. Other than that, a couple graphical fixes was really all I did in terms of mods. I did see a lot of mods that Thorn and Fist would like. I promptly went to the next one. I was like, there's nudity in the game already. I don't need you to add more. Thanks. Yeah, there's a lot of those. A lot.
It reminds me of the Sims when you had the mod to remove the little pixelation when they're in the shower.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing that.
I never did that.
I'm not using the mod, but yeah, there's Witcher 3 I've been doing when I have time, which is usually really late at night. I'm in spreading area, that area. The third zone, as I would call it. There's like 4 or 5. So yeah, I'm about halfway-ish in terms of zones. And then the other thing, just yesterday or the day before, I just happened to have a few minutes. So I was over scrolling on Twitter and I see someone's like, yeah, I'm like level so-and-so on City Heroes. I was like, what? Like, the game is gone.
I need to download that. My friend Leah Wild was telling me about that. And it's like, I need to, because I saw where you can download the client. Because it's technically back and they're in negotiations with NCSoft. Now, that could just mean like Nestarius. It could be gone. Or you never know. We could see Return of City Heroes.
If it's the one I have, I did some research because I went and found it and I got it. So I'm playing City Heroes again. It's a perfectly legal copy because it is open for public. So, I mean, I'm assuming it's a legal copy. If it's not a legal copy, I'm going to be ticked. But, so I've been playing that. I remade all my original characters that I could remember. So I've got my fire, it's called a blaster, but it's WoW mage. It's a fire mage.
I have one of those too.
The character that I know for a fact crashed a server for City Heroes when it was actually in-game real. I got to talk to a GM about that. It was an accident. I didn't realize that would do that. Now, I've told this story a long time ago, but I'll tell it again now just in case. If you're a high enough level, I'll just say I'm going to say it's a blaster, but just know it's a mage. If you're a high enough level, you have an ability which is basically a self-nuke. You explode. So I had the bright idea, because there was a group of us, and we didn't want to take the time to kill everything, slowly to the boss. I was like, give me all of your buffs. And in City Heroes, it's called Inspiration. So there's like defensive buff, there's health buff, damage, accuracy, all that. I was like, give me as many of these as you can. I'm going to pop as many of them as I can, run in, tag the boss, make everything come at me, and I'm going to hit my nuke. So they did. I run in, punch the boss, because it was the faster attack than casting a spell. Everything comes running at me. I start seeing my health tick a little bit slowly, coming down. I hit my nuke as soon as I see there's a big group nearby. which is pretty much the entire zone that we were in. I hit the button, the ability goes off, my screen goes black, everyone else's screen goes black, the entire server goes offline, and I log back in, and people are like, what the heck was that? And I'm like, sorry. I did so much damage, the system, the server could not handle it. I single-handed, with excluding the buff part, I single-handedly hit with one button, did enough damage that it crashed a server. I got to talk to a GM, and he's like, yeah, don't do that again.
That reminds me of on my Minecraft server. We were having one night, it was like a Friday night TNT night. I told everybody we're going to wipe the server and go back to our backup we have, but you're going to put TNT everywhere. All of my friends took TNT everywhere, and the server basically went just like
Yeah.
a mage.
Yeah, it was entertaining. So I've remade him. I've remade my tank character, which is based off a real person. I've remade my healer, because I actually had a healer in that game that I played, because it's a different system. I've remade like 5 different characters, 5 or 6. They're all level 4. All of them can fly or can run with super speed or whatever ability they had back then, which is weird because you couldn't get that till level 10 way back in the day unless they changed it towards the end. I don't know. But either way, they've all got this cool, fun stuff. And all my characters are now level 4. That's what I was doing prior to the stream before I started finishing getting ready. And yeah, it's just the nostalgia feels like I had to switch some of the key bindings around because it just wasn't turning fast enough, so I had to crank that up and all that other, just minor things. Like the actual keystrokes didn't change because I was used to that system because that's the first MMO I ever played. So when I came to WoW, turning left was weird. So that got changed to the City of Heroes key map where A is strafe left because it made more sense to me. Q is turn left, E is turn right, and D is strafe right. R is run. All these things made perfect sense to me. And then I go to WoW and all these things are changed. I'm like, yeah, I got to change these. So, yeah, that's the first thing I do on every game is I go into the keybinds with, okay, what buttons do I need to hit or fix?
You're not the first person who has that strafing. I remember the Lazy Peon when I was coming back into WoW told me to change to those for strafing. I never did because I do mine. Well, and I also turn with my right mouse wheel, which got me in trouble in a group recently. I was on my hunter because I pulled the mob, but that's a different story.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I yelled at the. I kind of passive aggressively yelled at the group for pulling the boss before we were in there. The tank says, "Well, I saw an arrow shoot." I was like, "It could have been me." I mean, if I said if it was me, found out it was me.
Well, good job there.
Yes.
All right. Well, we should probably get into some new stuff because that's pretty much been my week. You've gone through your week. So first up, open the right window here.
We have a game that we all never knew about, but now that we know about it, we all miss it.
Depends. I didn't see any footage of it, so I don't know if it was going to be something that was going to be for me or not. I probably would have bought it just because of, the makers. But apparently Blizzard canceled a StarCraft first-person shooter.
And not Ghost.
And not Ghost, which was a StarCraft first-person shooter. Did they try to remake Ghost?
I mean, I could possibly see they have the assets there. They built the technology in Overwatch. I could see them because part of the article mentions using the Overwatch engine for new games.
And, make a new engine, yeah. You want to use it. Get your money for it, yeah.
Yeah, the same way that Heroes was built on the StarCraft engine.
Yeah. A lot of good that did them.
Yeah.
I still haven't logged in. I still haven't bought Anduin.
I've heard he's a lot of fun.
That's what I hear, but I just every time I'm like, yeah, I'll go ahead and play. Oh, I can't. I don't have time. And then when I do have time, yeah, I don't want to play Heroes.
Someone told me that the strong arms of Anduin make the team go better.
Yeah, you want to know why he has a strong arm? Just one arm, mind you. Thank you.
Oh, that was. Oh, I walked right into that one.
Yep. For the record, people listening, this was not scripted. He just happened to say that, and that's what came out of my mouth afterwards.
You are a master at this.
I'm a master of many things, but I don't know. Wordplay is one of them.
So
Occasion.
I'm kind of torn on this news because I actually appreciate the fact that Blizzard realized the game was going to be crap or that wasn't what they wanted. Because there are some developers, and I don't want to put the names on the. I don't want to put the name under the bus. I'm sorry. I didn't have enough water before the show. But there's a couple of games that they will put out that is garbage. And in fact, by our same mega publisher, what company skated on by with a release date for a game that they put out because they knew the release was out? Activision put out Tony Hawk because they knew it was going to be garbage, but they wanted to get it before the license. So, I mean, I appreciate that Blizzard said, it's not good, let's can it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to preface what I'm about to say with a disclaimer. That being, I never like hearing about someone's game that they've been working on for a while get canceled.
Yeah.
That being said, that does alleviate a little bit of the fears that Activision is taking over Blizzard, because Activision would be like, no, you worked on it for 2 years. You're putting this freaking thing out. And Blizzard's like, no, it was bad. And they won. So that makes me feel a little bit better about some of the Blizzard stuff. I mean, obviously they've had a rough go for 7 months now. But at least they're trying to keep their standards, is basically. At least there's that. If it wasn't good enough to release, it sucks that people who worked on it hopefully got moved to other projects, but it sucks that that game got canned.
Yeah, but what's the thing that we always are asking them to do? Innovate and try new things. And they were trying something new, but then
I don't think Blizzard isn't known for innovating. They're known for taking stuff that someone else innovated and making it better.
Okay, I could take that.
Yeah, but it was just, if you want to innovate, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good thing. If you're, in this case, Blizzard, take those innovations, make them better. That's great too. They have put out some innovations themselves, not nearly as many as others, but I don't think innovation is necessary all the time. Like the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That'd be like, hey, we're going to put out WoW 2. Why? WoW 1's old. Okay, but you still have how many people playing? Well, they'll move over. No, they won't. Some of them will. They'll do exactly what EverQuest did. EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2. You have one pile of, these are all the subs. Now they're in 2 games. Because they're not going to subscribe to both.
Yeah. And Alessandra brings up 2 interesting points from this, that some of the developers weren't fired.
No, they weren't. None of, like I said, I don't think anyone was actually fired, but it was just they got moved. And she's brought up Overwatch 2, which just I'm not even gonna talk about, and then Diablo 4, which we know is probably going to get announced at BlizzCon because they kind of have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't mean to imply someone got fired. It was just more their game got canceled and they've been working on it. That would suck. If I was working on something for years, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you don't get to work on that anymore. You're not fired, but you're going to do something else. then yeah. And we got people in chat talking Overwatch too.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
don't want to see a Call of Duty type thing because I've kind of in my mind written off all the Call of Duties because every year I get a new one and I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's
it's an expensive way to get people to spend more money.
yeah,
Plus, I don't like the Call of Duty series anyway. Like the only shooter I play is Overwatch, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, you have to reload, but it's unlimited ammo. I don't have to worry about, oh, I'm out of ammo. No, I can keep firing.
yeah. It's why I stopped playing Counter-Strike because that one was on the ammo, and when you died, you're just waiting around for a long time. I think that's why I don't like Fortnite. When you get into Fortnite and you die, you're just waiting around. Okay,
Yeah, that's a different kind of game, though.
yeah.
Plus, that coming from someone who's never ever once played Fortnite, I've seen other people play. It's kind of a different game.
Once I played it with my nephew, so
Yeah, I saw it and people were like, "You need to play this. It's great." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna not play that because it doesn't interest me." But yeah, it's just Call of Duty is not my thing.
yeah,
My worry with Overwatch 2 is that it's going to be like the events in game, only like it'll be maybe single player, but it'll be against AI, maybe multiplayer too. Who knows? And you might go through some of the lore, but they're going to put out new lore every so often, and that's how we're going to get the story. Is Overwatch 2, and then it's expansion year 2, and it's expansion year 3. I'm like, I don't want that. That's not. I wouldn't have bought Overwatch if I knew they were going to do that. And they haven't
yeah.
said they're going to do that, but
I could see Overwatch 2 being like and I hate to bring up again the Heroes revamp of the code. That Overwatch 2 is a revamp of some of the base code.
they've already
Bring
done that
in
in Overwatch.
oh, they've already revamped stuff.
Yeah, we had to re-download the entire game once.
Okay, because my friend Michael also brought up a point like loot boxes and stuff like that, like all the things that you got, and I get it. I would not want to lose that. It's one of the reasons why I'm hesitant about a while too. Put aside a lot
Yeah,
of other things.
I mean,
I don't want to lose what.
yeah,
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we don't know anything about it except for apparently it's called Overwatch 2.
Yeah,
So outside of that, we know nothing. We are freaking Jon Snow in this situation. Even you should get that reference, Brass. I know you didn't watch the show, but I know you should get that reference.
yep.
But I mean, if it's a good game, sure. I'll use Blizzard Balance or, put aside a little bit of my checks for a bit to get it because, it's not a high paying job I got, but it's a paying job at least. And if it looks like it'll be a good game, yeah, it'll be a day one purchase. If it looks like I'm not going to be interested whatsoever, I'm to the point where I'm not going to buy a game just because it's Blizzard anymore. I want to support them, and I'm still playing WoW. Admittedly, I'm using my in-game gold, so someone else is paying for my subscription, and they're paying more. Sucks to be them. But they're getting in-game money, so it doesn't matter. But, yeah, it's just... I'm just to that point where I can't be blindly faithful to a company because, one, you shouldn't ever be blindly faithful to a company. Blizzard was an exception for a long time, and then they've had some struggles this past year. But it looks like they might be trying to come back.
Yeah.
So, if BlizzCon goes off the way everyone is hoping, that's going to go a long way to be everyone to be like, yeah, Blizzard's back. And that's what everyone's hoping for. And if it falls short, my worry is it doesn't matter if it's like an inch short. People are like, yeah, Blizzard's dead. No. Just because you didn't get that one thing, I'm sorry, you didn't get Deathwing and Heroes. It doesn't mean everything else is garbage. That's the reaction I'm worried about more than anything over BlizzCon is that one thing they didn't get, or the one thing they did get they didn't want. They're like, oh, everything is ruined, because that's internet these days.
Oh, absolutely. And and I'm trying to be like with you. I'm trying not to be blindly loyal to, because I know I'm on like 5,000 podcasts about WoW, but I'm not trying to be loyal just to them because I love WoW, but they're not perfect. I mean, I'm not perfect,
Yeah,
but I expect them to be
yeah.
perfect.
Blizzard as a company, not perfect. WoW as a game, definitely not perfect. You can look at Warlords just for that. But in general, most of the time, both WoW and Blizzard in general have done not only well for themselves, but well for their customers slash fan base.
Yeah,
There's been a few hiccups. Warlords. BlizzCon last year. Things like that happen. But, overall, they're still, I would say, probably one of the top tier in terms of games. Yeah, they don't put out games every year, but they don't need to. That just seems dumb to me. Like putting out a new Call of Duty every year for Activision. And if there's anyone from Activision listening, I'm about to crap on you. So I'm not even going to apologize for that. Putting out a new Call of Duty game every year is stupid. Let it have some time. Every 2 years I could accept. Every other year. That makes more sense. But putting a new one out every year, they are so rushed. I know how long it takes to make these. I know when they start making them. If you space it out a little bit, you can put a little more of that polish on it. Get rid of some of those day one bugs that everyone hates. You're not going to get them all. But you can get rid of the really glaring ones like, oh, if they use this gun from this point, everyone else dies. I don't know if that was ever an actual bug. I just made something up. But, things like that level of a bug, you could maybe, not have that go live.
like I'm actually looking forward to a game for Ubisoft because I'm impressed. They actually canceled Beyond Good and Evil 2 because they wasn't going the way that they want. But guess what? We might be getting this year. Beyond Good and Evil 2. They
Within
announced it.
evil and good.
Yeah, but within Evil and Good. So I'm excited to see my Uncle Page again.
Yeah. Haven't played any of those. I was semi-interested, but at the same time, that wasn't a PC game, was it?
It was on PC and also Xbox
But it was
and
a port.
PS2.
It was a port onto PC. That's why I
Yeah.
didn't get it then, because I was like, I'm not paying for a port because those things never work.
Well, and that edition was so buggy, and I've I'm actually replaying it on my Xbox because that's the only edition that works better. Like I own it on both copies on PC, and it is buggy because you could tell they're trying to do everything and they weren't mastering anything. But the game world itself, I fell in love with. But yeah, they were going to put out If You Got Good and Evil 2 years ago just to be a cash. It was not working. So they actually canceled it, and now the beta should be launching later this year. So I'm impressed that they're actually taking time to. Well, hopefully, we don't know yet what the game's going to be like, but I'm hoping.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a game announcement this past week that I was like, ooh, that looks fun. I should probably play the other ones because I haven't played them. That's Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh
I saw the
yes.
trailer. I was like, oh, I want to play that. I don't know Baldur's Gate 1 or 2 at all. I've never played them, but I kind of want to play 3. It would make sense if I played 3 without playing 1 or 2 because that's what I did with Witcher.
Yeah.
Didn't play 1 or 2, knew nothing about it, jumped in. Oh, this game's amazing. And I even started like 2 years after it came out. So, anyway, back to Blizzard.
Yes.
What else we got? Well, we were talking about games being canceled. Well, I'm going to pull this up just to be safe. I want to make sure I didn't misunderstand Yeah, okay. We have a former Overwatch dev who helped with some of the play the game highlight reel stuff. He's leaving Blizzard. In and of itself, doesn't seem like too big a deal. and it's not in the notes, Fraz, but I'm assuming you've kept up and you've talked about it a bit. With the recent news that Blizzard employees are basically abandoning ship, kind of negates we're not worried because they canceled a game because it wasn't good enough. Because all these employees, some of them are fairly well-ish known, or have been there, 10 plus years. They're all just leaving. Now, I know people will, come and go, that kind of thing. That happens. That's normal. But when a company is having the year Blizzard has, morale has been noticeably low. Like, you can feel it. And it's even been stated multiple times for multiple sources. And you have all these people leaving, you start to wonder, like, is this still Blizzard? I'm willing to wait and see. Because I try not to jump to conclusions. I do still far too often jump to a conclusion, but I try not to. Because usually when I jump to a conclusion, I lower my head and run into a brick wall.
That's fun, though.
It's fun once.
But once you get it, you start callousing it, because then it becomes less pain, and it becomes a thud that you do each time.
No, that's not calluses. That's brain damage.
Oh, okay. I got that wrong.
Yeah. So it was just one of those noteworthy things. Like, we were talking, like, okay, yeah, Blizzard canceled a game. That sucks, but there's a silver lining. This is not really a silver lining thing, but it was news, so we kind of had to talk about it.
And the other, I want to play devil's advocate again, just because I want to bring up both sides. The ones who left might not have been feeling fulfilled, and maybe it brings in new blood. Maybe it brings in new things. I'm sad. It's always sad to see, because I've seen some of the ones who have left, and yeah, it's sad to be losing those. But sometimes each of us needs to move on, because if we're not feeling fulfilled in what we're doing, we could be dragging down what we're a part of.
Yeah, they might just be leaving the industry altogether. Like most of them, we don't know what their plans are, but it was just one of those things. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, and
that sucks. It's weird.
As a content creator who focuses a lot on Blizzard, it does get me thinking a lot. I mean, it's. I'm not going to instantly pack my bags and head to Vegas, but it does keep me watching and being hopeful.
Yeah, the other thing that we have to factor in is the visibility of this happening is just way higher now than it ever has been before.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have Twitter way back then. We didn't have all these other, there were news outlets on the internet and stuff like that, but who used that? The internet was for cat pictures and other things. Let's call it that.
Yeah.
But, and Java games and stuff like that. High Newgrounds.
Badger, mushroom, snake.
Yeah, high Newgrounds. But, and having one strong arm. Thank you. Well, I guess we know a show title. That'll make Ro be like, yeah, I'm not putting that title in there again, because that's what he did last time. He's like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yes.
But it's just the visibility of it. That's what people aren't factoring, is we just see more of it. This could have been happening forever. Like every couple of years, a big group of people just leave. And we just were never aware of it because we had no way of knowing. And now with everyone having their own Twitter and, all that, like I can follow literally every single Blizzard employee that has a Twitter. I don't, but I could. And then I would know when every single one of them post a cat picture, post a dog picture. Hey, I'm leaving. Oh, okay. We didn't have that access way back then. So this might be normal. We just don't know is the problem.
Yeah. And not to get political, but like we've seen that same thing happening out in politics, that we see more things than we used to. I mean, in game development, we might be seeing some of the ugly things that you just never made it to news, because either news was embargoing it, or we just never got a platform for it.
Yeah.
And maybe this could be an example. The things that are going wrong, maybe this will bring change in the industry. I mean, it could mean that like the bad press, they're like, we don't want any more of that.
No such thing as bad press, though, is the problem. I mean, there is bad press, but if politics is any example, that doesn't mean it's going to hurt you. And that's a reference for you U.S. people. But
Touche.
yeah, it's just, I'm not going to go into it any more than that because I don't want to turn into politics. I don't want to do any soapboxing.
No, because politics, there are plenty of other podcasts for that. This is not that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about politics, I can. I don't want to hear.
Me either. And I know that I'm not good enough to talk about all the politics. There are people that do an amazing job. I get, ask me for a political podcast that, and I got one in mind that I will let you know about. But you got to DM me about it. So
yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, moving on to something about the real world, but it's not the real world.
Kind of real world stuff, and not the old MTV show.
Yes.
Which, did you know MTV doesn't play music at all anymore? What does the M even stand for? Anyway, that's completely unrelated.
I have a word that I won't say.
Yeah. Mediocre.
Exactly.
That's giving them credit. I've seen their listings. Anyway, moving on. You know those BlizzCon tickets that you either have or don't have? And you know what came with it? Instead of the goodie bag, goodie box, whatever you want to call it, you got one thing, and that was a statue.
Yes.
And it wasn't even the same quality as the old statues, because I've seen some of those old ones. I know someone who has 3 of them. I'm so jealous of that person. Anyway, unrelated. The orc statue or the human statue. They're in the shop for pre-order for a limited time. I believe you have until the 19th of this month?
Yes, and these will then they will be printed later on this summer, and then they will be delivered by the time of BlizzCon.
Yeah.
And sorry, cats are not included. The Perculia has their gorgeous cat in the pictures. I'm like, it's not included.
Yeah. Well, I just linked to the Wowhead article on it.
What's funny is it's attacking the horde orc, but then it's protecting the human footman. Perculia's cat is an alliance. Yes.
No, the cat is literally responding to the statue in kind. The orc is attacking, so it's attacking back. The human is cowering, so he's cuddling it.
Oh, okay. So are you saying that the orc is ferocious and brave, and the alliance is weak and needs help?
I didn't say that. You said that.
Okay.
I simply was saying that particular statue, the human happens to be cowering. Right, he's attacking too, I know, but yeah. So yeah, they're on sale, and I don't.
I'm with you. I thought about buying these.
They look good for what they are. Like it's obviously for Warcraft 3. It's an obvious Warcraft 3 reference for these statues, which makes sense. It's, classics coming out. Warcraft 3 Reforged just coming sometime soon, like August, July. I don't know, sometime soon. At this point, I'd have to look it up because it's been so long.
For being included on the ticket, I could see it being a cool keepsake to be like, this was a thing I went to, but I don't see it $45 worth for me.
Yeah. I don't want either one enough to spend $45 on these. If I could pick like a character out of Warcraft 3 Reforged or even classic lore type thing, 45, $60, yeah, I could see that, depending on what it looked like.
Or even the old 3D printed ones of our characters. I missed that. But
There's sites out there that still do it.
Okay, I gotta get a Frasley
Yeah.
done in 3D at some point.
Yeah, they're still out there. They're expensive and they're not quick, but they're out there. But anyway.
One day.
Yes, one day. I kind of wish we had a box this year. Because this one thing is just not cutting it for me.
But we do have a box. A very limited edition box. They have to pay $100 for.
Did they announce what's in it yet, or did I just miss it?
That is the Anixia pin.
That's the collector's edition, which is sold out. That's something else.
Yeah, but
that's just the WoW Anniversary Edition or something like that. That's not the BlizzCon box.
Yeah, and I think they're not doing at least this year. Not doing the box. I mean,
no, it's just the statue.
Yeah,
unless they change their mind. But hey, if you got it and you like it, yay! If not, well,
and
it's something.
Going back to an earlier topic, some of this could be was when they let go of the staff that were handling a lot of this stuff, they had to quickly regroup and refocus, which is one reason why we saw BlizzCon so late announced. So this could be a unfortunate thing of this year's BlizzCon, and next year we may see the return of that stuff.
BlizzCon was announced late, but I never doubted it was going to happen. From what I have heard, I won't say from who, but from what I've heard, this year is the year you want to go above all others. What that means, people won't say.
Okay.
But, I mean, I don't know. They haven't announced. Virtual ticket is a pretty much guaranteed thing. I'll be doing that again because there's just no way I'm going, unless I win the lottery and people are like, "Hey, I have a ticket." That means I have to play the lottery.
Oh, lottery, no.
Yeah.
Unless you play 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42.
I did that one year.
How did you do?
The last time I played, the lottery was the exact amount that the guy won. So I played those numbers, and the cashier just looked at me and was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yes." What? Why? I was like, so that way I could take the first flight out of LA to Australia and back for no reason at all, except for maybe the plane will crash. And
I'm glad this made it to Australia.
Yes, this is on Australia. That is not a plane ride I want to be on. I want to go to Australia and New Zealand more specifically, but that is not a plane ride I want to deal with either.
And this is looking kick butt. I got to say, all the clips I've seen. So
yeah, I literally part of it's up on screen. It's a little squished, so she looks shorter and thicker, for bad terminology. Because just the resizing is weird. But yeah, I literally stole that and I just cut her out of it. And then the resizing happened. I'm like, oh man. And it was just too late because I made the title art today. But yeah, purple, red. She threw some shade at one of the hosts. That was fun.
And she also says that Method listens to relaxing piano music.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I did the same thing when I'm editing, just kind of smooth.
If I'm doing any kind of editing, I don't listen to anything else because it gets in my head and then I start paying attention more to that and not the editing. So I'm very one track when it comes to when I have to edit things. And that includes videos and stuff like that because I have a couple projects. That's the one time I have nothing on, no music or nothing. If it's audio video, that's what I hear over and over and over. And it just gets to the point where it's like, God, I'm so sick of this song.
I've got an alley to sound like dubstep in my editor on accident. There's a button I press when I'm editing something, and I've accidentally had one of Allie's things going, and it's just repeating. It's like it's like the perfect dubstep tune. So I wasn't able to save it. So sorry, we'll never see the light of day. But it was really cool.
That's right up there on the accidental editing goofs that should get released. Like, I went through editing. This was a goof. This was a goof. This wasn't supposed to happen. Boom.
Yeah.
Like a highlight reel of goofs, even if it's just editing room goofs.
And now I can't remember which one it was, but it was really cool. I mean, it would have been like the system is down.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move on. There's nothing real for Diablo. StarCraft is doing their tournament thing. Heroes, yet again, is doing butt all. I'm sure there's some Hearthstone news, but neither one of us play, so I'm just not covering Hearthstone until I have someone who plays Hearthstone, so they can help out because they're going to know way more about it. In terms of heroes, the stuff that is going on, ITN over on A-Move, and then you have the Hearth Casual with Row and Angry Chicken over at A-Move. If you want to keep up on them, because they're going to be able to cover it way better because that's what they do and not like Blizzard in general. So Overwatch, we actually do cover because I do play it. Oh, yes! Thank you, Alessander. I saw that and I forgot to put it in the notes, so I'm glad you said something. Thank you for being here in chat. You're lovely. StarCraft actually does have news that is not tournament. A player got banned for some unauthorized something or other, but he wasn't accused of cheating. They were going through their thing. They were doing their systematic, okay, we're going to check to make sure no one's cheating, and something pinged on his account. And what it was, they didn't say, but it wasn't like him cheating in-game to get an advantage. But he did something to get banned out of the tournament, so the person he beat got to move on anyway. And I'm just like, you guys know they do this. They check this stuff. No. Stop it.
Yeah. Because it's, you know that you'll get caught. Why get yourself up to this place and then throw it all away by doing something insane?
Well, I mean, first, just don't do it anyway, because it's a jerk move, because you're going to get caught. Second,
Yeah.
Why would you do something like that, whatever it was? And we're just going to call it cheating, whether it was in-game or something else, we don't know. Why do that to get really far in a tournament, make a name for yourself, and then, okay, you've made a name for yourself. Oh, he got caught cheating. Well, my name's ruined. You just literally killed any quote-unquote professional player status with that one act. I don't understand. And yeah, Alessander is saying that it's really common in China for people to be cheating. I don't understand. Like, single-player games, if you want to cheat, feel free. Play the game normal first, and then go through on God mode. If you feel like it. You know, that's fine. You're not hurting anybody doing that. You're not robbing yourself of the experience because you've already gone through it the first time.
But it's multiplayer and it's against somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, turn off God mode. End of story. I don't understand the thought processes people have. I really don't. For a long time, I figured I understood people. And then every single time I have to deal with, not every single time, but the stories like this make me realize, no, Einstein was right. There is only one infinite. Because he's not sure about the universe. His actual quote was, there's two infinites, the universe and human stupidity, but I'm not sure about the universe. And I'm like, yeah, the more I have to deal with massive amounts of people, the more I'm realizing that's probably true. That hurts my head and it makes me like sad. But you know,
And
I'm not. I'm not saying I'm a genius. I know enough not to cheat.
yeah, I was taught when I forged my dad's name on a math test. I was taught that it doesn't work, and
I've
of
never
course,
done that. I've never. Well, I mean, I don't remember being little, so I might have done that. No one has told me since then. But as far as I know, I've never done anything like that. I've never forged names. I've never stolen anything just because there's no
oh, and
reason.
I stole a Power Ranger from Latchkey.
Hmm. It just things like that don't occur to me. Like I know that that's out there because I've dealt in customer service, so I know you. Oh, they stole this. Well, okay. Do you want me to go tackle them? No, we don't want the lawsuit. You're protecting your assets. How is that a law? Whatever. Anyway, that's another side note. I just stop cheating. If you're not good enough on your own, get good, or better in this case, because the guy's actually pretty good at the game. Like, kick the crap out of me, no problem. But then again, most everybody will. Get better or deal with it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I understand from their point of view, like, this is money. They make money this way. But, you know, he just got destroyed professionally because his name was linked to being cheating. He's not going to make any money ever again. Unless they have a forgiveness thing over there. I don't know. Which, yeah, who knows? It's China. You never really know. Which I guess could be the same for here now. Anyway, moving on. Trying to stay away from political. It keeps coming back. Overwatch, which I mentioned a few minutes ago, its anniversary is ending here in a couple days. I believe it is Monday night at 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern. The anniversary event will be done. I will freely admit the days that it was Lucio Ball was the days I played the most. And my picture, my little Lucio guy beating the drums in his little frog costume, came up a lot because I'm actually decent at Lucio Ball as opposed to
nice.
all the other game modes.
So you say that you're balling at it.
I'm not giving you a face palm. There's a reason why you don't see my hands. It's because I'm sitting on them so that I cannot face palm.
Yes.
Face palm by proxy. I'm gonna get like a selfie stick with a hand on it just so I can do that. But yeah, Junkenstein I played a bit when it was on the endless. It was like the second week when it re-threw it. Junkenstein was on. It was endless. I got to like plus 14, so I or 15. I don't remember. I got the little reward spray, and so that was fun. But Lucio Ball was the main culprit of a lot of time in the anniversary event.
Ambidextrous, are you?
For you audio listeners, there is a conversation going on in the chat. All the more reason to show up live because you'll get the reason why that was funny.
And I'm holding up both my hands so that way audience can see my hands are fully focused on the podcast.
Now, in all honesty, hand. In all honesty, I got a hand on the mouse and a hand on the keyboard. So, yeah. But yeah, Overwatch is... I try to play, like, especially this kind of event where it goes through them, I try to play them. I still have issues with a couple of them. The Snowball one with May, where it's a one-shot. No, I don't like that. The Yeti one this year was either bugged or people kept leaving because it kept, like, I'd load in, draw. Load in, draw. Load in, draw. X out of the game. Screw this. I don't care. Go play something else. Come back later. Draw. Okay, come back tomorrow. So
you can say it was a snow job.
I can't think of any comment that'll pass the PG-13 I set myself at. Yeah. Okay. Did you play any of the event?
No, because I don't really play Overwatch. All
Fair.
my time is given to
Yeah.
WoW and then other games.
Yeah, that's fair. Overwatch is, like I said, the only first-person shooter I play.
I tried playing Overwatch when I got this PC, but I only wanted to play Blizzard World, and it kept taking me out to other maps. I was like, I
Yeah.
want to play Blizzard World.
Yeah, well, that's fair. I like that map.
Me
Now,
too.
when I say that's the only one I play, I didn't say I play it well. I play it. just not well.
I don't play any game well. I mean, you
Yeah.
should have seen all the times I kept dying in. Oh, I couldn't even beat the first levels of Cuphead. Oh, that game. I'm going to play it at some point again, but that game is frustrating.
I can understand. Cuphead is designed for you not to get past it. I can understand that. Like,
that's good to know.
If you screw up, you don't get to beat the board. So that's just how how that style of game is. So I understand that. I don't have the patience for that kind of game.
It's a gorgeous. I mean, the music and stuff like that.
I've watched multiple people play it. I like watching people play it. I know me too well. There is no freaking way I should ever play that game.
I lasted 15 minutes.
It's on my list of you want to play it, but don't.
Same as Sekiro. I keep thinking, oh, that'd be so cool. I know with me Sekiro, I'd be in there 5 minutes gone.
Yeah, there's just a style of game I avoid specifically for these reasons. It's like, it looks cool. Looks like it would be fun. In my case, for 30 seconds. In most other people's cases, for 5 minutes. Because I'm just bad at a certain kind of game, and that's okay. Not for me.
But everyone's a real gamer as long as you play a video game. You're a gamer, or a board game, or anything that's a game. That you're a gamer.
Well, I'm not gonna get into it too much, but I think gamer refers to video games in terms of the actual terminology. I could be wrong on that, because I think gamer is video games and tabletopper is board game type things.
Okay, but basically, whatever you love to play. Yeah. Somebody was afraid to admit that they like this mobile game. I said, if you love the mobile game, you're a gamer. And I don't mean that
that's pushing it, I think. But I'm also a PC elitist, and I realize this. So I will just say yes. Probably they would be a gamer if they play at least a game fairly regularly. Because I don't want to be one of those gatekeeper guys, because those people suck.
But you know who recently took down a gate?
Bill? I heard he took down 2 of them.
Who did?
Bill. Took down 2 gates.
Oh. Bill Nye?
No. Bill Gates.
Oh!
Yes! Success! His own weapon against him. Ah!
You just made me facepalm.
Draven has gone Super Saiyan.
I was trying to tangent into the WoW Classic, unlocking the gate to 40, and you.
No, I just completely went off in my own direction.
Yes.
Notes where we're going, we don't need show notes.
Yes.
Anyway, since you just mentioned it, level 40 unlocked on the beta version of Classic, which means all those people who did all those quests at level 30 have no quests to do.
Ooh.
So they got to level in Scarlet Monastery over and over and over. Luckily, most of these people had groups that were competent, so that, it got annoying because you were doing the same dungeon over and over. But they probably didn't wipe or die too often. I saw a couple groups. I'm not part of these groups. I'm not in the beta. But I saw a couple of these groups wiping over and over because one person screwed up.
That's vanilla for you.
That's vanilla. Yep. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to play this. I will, but I don't know that I want to. Because I remember leveling my Ret Paladin in Burning Crusade. Yes, I leveled Ret. Terrible idea back then.
And going back to what we said earlier, there are different play styles, different games for everybody, and classic is a specific game style for people that like it.
Yeah, I hope two things with classic. One, Blood Plague. I hope they at least let that happen. Someone asked about it, and all they got was a "we'll see." And then the other thing I hope is the AQ crash. Just simulated. Like they just do a server shutdown when AQ not goes live, but when all the people are supposed to get down there to open it, they just simulate a server crash, and then when you come back in, you get a server message. Just kidding, welcome back. Just for the heck of it, that just goofy fun thing.
And I'm the one that I want AQ to be good so we can actually experience AQ and not be a slideshow.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'd like to see, because I already know I'm not going to get the Scepter and thus the Black Karaji thing. Because one, I probably won't even be max level by then. But between that and then I want to see the Blood Plague because I wasn't playing when that happened. Other than that, there's one item in the game I want. And that is the original Corrupted Ashbringer, because I can't get that in normal. But the only people who can play it, or to get it, would be a Paladin, which means I have to play Alliance. And then I have to play Damage, which you ain't going to get to do in Vanilla as a Paladin. You are a healer. Deal with it. Or Warrior, and then I'm tanking. I don't want to do either of those. I just want my Corrupted Ashbringer, and there's too many other people want it. So it's not going to happen, and I realize that. So I'm in no hurry. I will get it, maybe, someday. Hey, dear Black Market Auction House, please provide me a Corrupted Ashbringer from original level 60 max. Thanks, me.
I need to go back to the Black Auction House. There's so many cool things on there. I got a pet one time though. It was a calico pet.
I bought one thing off the Black Market Auction House once, and that was the original Brawlers Yoda invite, because that was the only way to get it at the time. Like, I bought it day one, so I paid a lot of money for it. Of course, there were two on the auction house, so I bought both of them. I spent a lot of cash that day. I was late for raid. People were like, why aren't you coming to raid? My auction's almost over. What is it? This thing? Why do you want that? Because I do. And then and then I bought the second one, and I was dating someone and gave it to them. Instead of trying to sell it, just, here you go. I bought this. How much did you spend on that? A lot. I think between both of them, I think between the both of them, it was $750,000 in MOP.
But that's the power of love.
To be fair, she did get something back for me for Kata, and it was the seahorse that you could ride anywhere.
Ooh,
she farmed it, so
nice.
We did stuff like that, but other things happened. It didn't work out. Oh, well.
Better than the person that I know who they were in a group with someone that they were dating, and that person Invincible dropped, and they gave it to that person, and it wasn't a few weeks later they broke up.
Yeah. We had an agreement. Certain mounts were open roll between us. Certain mounts were mine. Certain mounts were hers. Invincible was mine because I'd been farming it longer. But yeah, that would suck because I didn't get Invincible until last expansion, Legion.
I still don't have it.
Warlords or Legion, I don't remember. One or the other. It took a long time. I know people who still don't have it though. Sorry. I know you're there. And I'm sure, I'm sure that comment really hit the mark because someone wasn't hit capped. And that fell flat.
It went over my head. Sorry, my height.
Well, you're a gnome, so everything goes over your head because you're not Drax.
Yeah.
But yeah, they clarified some stuff on Classics hit cap. Certain classes have plus to hit in their talent builds and abilities and all that. They're telling people to go for 9% in those cases because there are certain bosses that negate those percentages. So hit cap is 9% in Classic. That way, that's if you have those plus to hit buffs. If you don't, then it's 8. Kind of thing.
This stuff goes. This math gets into.
Yeah, I did a TLDR. It's 8% unless you have a talent thing that gives you plus to hit. Then it's 9, basically, and that's if you have your weapons maxed out on your weapon skill, because you actually have to level those. So if you get a two-handed axe, you need to make sure you have max level two-handed axe. If you have a polearm, you have to do polearm, etc. and so forth. Fun.
Yes.
No, it's not. Basically,
In Skyrim, it's fun.
Yeah. Basically, you sit there and you have to hit something over and over and over. And yeah. That reminds me of something else, but we're already running a little long. So, moving on. The reason for the title art, which is a golden sink.
Now it's not like Kanye's sink though, so I'm a little. And none of these are gold.
No, our title art is a sink made out of gold.
Oh, because I'm like these are not gold. I mean, maybe the ruins of the captured swamp stalker is gold.
They might have some gold out, but we got some more information about some rep mounts. The cheapest new one coming is 10K.
Okay,
That's not too bad.
About a token?
10? No, that's like 100 and something K.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the one that the one that's 90,000.
Yeah, the rest of the ones that are coming that you can buy with with the rep discounts are 90,000, which is almost a token, or current pricing. And I'm just like, no, because that's like, ever since the token thing, I've bought less and less mounts because there's an actual dollar amount attached to them now. There's 1, 2, 3 of the quote unquote griffins from BFA. It's the same mount, just with different colors. There's a black, which I really, really want. It's from the Order of Embers. There's a blue from Storm's Wake, and a green from Proudmoore. And that's those colors are basically the armor. The birds themselves look pretty much the same. It's just different colored armor. But that black one I do like.
Oh, that one is nice.
Yeah. And then you have the dinosaurs. You have green, brown, yellow. You have the spectral, and then you have the greenish, purplish, goldish versions. And that's Talanji, Zandalari Empire, and Voldenite. These are all 90,000. I'm like, no, this is too much. I mean, at least they're not 5 million. Like, Long Boy. But no, I understand that a lot of people have a lot of money. I have a comfortable amount at the moment. Not nearly as much as I used to, because, I gave someone enough gold to freaking buy Legion once. I've Warlords, whatever. I basically gave them enough gold to buy enough tokens to buy the expansion, and stuff like that. I use my money sometimes for good, sometimes to laugh at people. But
Is that why I got all those cream pies in the mail?
well, no, if it was me, it would have been Left Sharks.
Okay, that wasn't me. Okay,
Yeah.
Must have been Capo. Capo must
Maybe,
have sent
yeah.
me those
Yeah.
cream pies.
Yeah, I apparently I was the reason the Left Shark thing happened to Darius from old CTR. I said something and someone ran with it. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, they're cool mounts. There's one of each that I really want, which is the Black Griffin and the Spectral Dinosaur.
Yeah, those look nice.
I don't want to pay 90,000 for them, though. That's just too much for a vendor mount. A reputation vendor mount. It's...
Yeah.
I understand we're making money, but that's fine. Like the spider mount. I really want that, but I'm not paying $2 million for it. Long Boy, I'm not paying $5 million for it. No.
I don't have that million. I wasn't here during the garrisons.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. Yeah, I'm getting confirmation in chat that I said something about Left Shark and Dairies, and approximately 10,000 people sent Dairies Left Sharks.
Wow.
And you can't vendor those.
Oh.
It got to the point where people were making alts, sending on their alt, and then deleting the alt so he could not return them. I think I'm the reason why Darius doesn't play anymore. And I feel bad about that, but nothing was ever meant to be like that. It was a joke. I feel bad.
So he left. Ah, you shark.
I don't think that's what he called me.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, we got some vendor mounts. They look cool. A little bit expensive for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you, especially because I got heirlooms I still need to upgrade. I mean, I've got some different things that I need to work on, and it's 90,000 is a lot to ask. I still haven't gotten some of the ones in Legion from Argus.
I think I have most of the vendor mounts, but some of the drop mounts, like the Paragon emissary things, I don't have those. Like one or two. Same with this expansion. I haven't got a single mount out of freaking Paragons that I've been doing all the time. But yeah. Oh well. Hey, speaking of rising prices, did you see this? I don't know if you've been keeping up on how much residuum it costs to buy gear.
Ooh!
It went up. So it went from for heroic for mythic level, which is what I'm buying, for a random piece of an item. It was $17.25 of this Titan residuum. And that was for a slot. You didn't know which one you were getting. It was just that slot. So helm, shoulder, or chest. A random one of those at $4.15. If you have enough AP, you get it all the way up to $4.20. Which, $4.20. But as of patch, whenever the patch hits, it's going to go up a little bit. Like that random mythic piece at $17.25 is going to cost $47,500. An increase of 2,653%.
I thought it was bad in Final Fantasy 14 when they did those vendors at the end. They kept going up every time the patch come out. But wow.
Yeah. So their prices to buy these are going way up. Now, your first thought is, holy crap, that's garbage, what the heck? And as I can fairly safely judge, that was similar to what you were just thinking. Like, holy crap.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because I was thinking, okay, it got up just a little bit. Then I saw.
Yeah. How much? So, yes, they've gone up. There's a reason for that. There are people who have been banking this stuff for so long that they have these numbers already.
Wow.
So they want to get rid of those because they're pretty much at cap at how much you can carry. That being said, we're going to get a lot more for doing our thing anyway. So
okay.
our weekly chest, depending on how high of a Mythic Plus, if we do a Mythic Plus, we're going to get way more to make up for this price difference. This is literally just to get rid of the people having 20,000 already banked up.
And even in the article, it talks about how people are reporting getting 2,000 from scrapping item level 430 and 10,000 from scrapping item level 445. So they're giving you
a lot.
So it could be that people outsmarted themselves, though. Also, to be said,
I mean, this is what we do. This is what we as players do. Some of us, anyway. We're gonna be like, I don't really need anything out of this. I'm just not gonna spend them because I can buy them later, and I'll be able to get all 3 best in slots all at once. And Blizzard's like, yeah, no. So,
like every time you tell me about the emissaries and waiting till reset day to turn them in, I don't do that. I need to.
That's fine. I mean, at this point, I don't do it anymore either. You want to know why? I'm at 50 on my neck. I don't have to do it anymore.
Okay, yeah.
So
I'm
yeah,
at 30s.
I literally log in, I do my dailies, I turn them in. Sometimes I might raid if I happen to be there on a raid day. Sometimes I'll do a Mythic Plus. Sometimes I'll do Islands, which I need to do that this weekend. Just for that hope for the treasure map to give me a gold thing in the from the ship. Do that, and I should probably do that. I feel like a freaking Rain Man there. I should do. Yeah. 400 Oak Street, Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah, Kmart sucks.
Good movie. By the way, if you've never seen Rain Man,
yes, Tom Cruise is in it. Don't let that factor into your judgment here. He's actually not terrible. Tom Cruise. He's got a couple good movies.
He's Top Gun.
He's got a couple good movies. Most of them suck. Looking at you, mummy.
Okay.
That was garbage and a half. Anyway. We get started talking about movies and we ain't ever going to stop. So I'm going to cut it there.
Wait, so we can start wrapping it up. But before we wrap it up, we got to talk about a really cool event happening.
Yeah, coming up. I'm pulling it up now so I get all the details because I want to make sure I do this right because it's actually cool. You've heard of Running of the Gnomes.
Yeah.
Happens every year. It's an in-game event. Well, they do another one. It's called Running of the Trolls. This year will be its 5th year, June 26th on Feather Moon US. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And, they're taking donations and all that. I will actually copy a link to the tweet and put it in chat, if it lets me. There we go. And it's, not hugely far. You make it, it's just like the gnome one. You make a troll, you run naked through the streets of Orgrimmar, or to Orgrimmar. And, you go and do stuff. They've got Discord, they're taking donations, they want to get $3,000. Here's hoping they get there. If I ever get, money that I can, set aside, I'm going to give them some cash because it's a good cause.
Yeah, and it is cool that this year that there are 2 things happening for the Trevor Project, because that's what this is raising money for, is the Trevor Project, which is suicide prevention for people, for LGBTQ youth and all that. And it's the Trevor Project and also the Blizzard Gear Store Pride Pin. Both of those are going to the Trevor Project.
So, trying to think how to say this. While I am not a member of that particular community, I have friends who are.
Same.
They're people. Just like any other group of people, there are cool ones, there are some less cool ones, there are some rotten apples. Just like every other community. Looking at you freaking gatekeepers and DDoSers and presidents. And, you know, sometimes there's some really awesome people. That's who you support. You support the awesome people. It doesn't matter who they're into. What difference does it make? Does it personally affect you? Yes or no? No, it doesn't. Really? Oh, well then why do you care? People are people. Yay.
And these two events help people feel more connected, and it brings people together, and that's why I fully back Gravity and what they're doing with the running of the trolls, and I back Blizzard with the pin. I think it's awesome what they're raising it for, and they are bringing awareness.
Yeah. But you said it way better than I did. I went with a more blunt, in-your-face version. Like, here's a hammer. You're gonna listen. And you're just like, here's a feather. Isn't it pretty?
Yeah, and to get on a soapbox for a second, I saw an article. Two women who are in a relationship, someone got mad at them for being in a relationship and punched them in the face. And I'm like, people, stop being jerks. Stop being assholes. Be kind to people. If you don't agree with them, so what? Don't. Just let people be who they're going to be. I mean,
Yeah.
you heard me curse because we are in 2019. We need to be better people than this.
Yeah, there's always hope for that. Eventually. I remember my very first job interview. It was at the other movie theater I used to work at way back when. We went through a normal interview. No problem. He's like, okay, I got one last question for you. And he's like, I'm openly gay. Do you have any problem with that? And I just kind of looked at him and was like, do you plan on hitting on me? No. Then why would I? I got hired on the spot. Because I didn't care. I was like, I don't matter. What difference does it make to me? That's how I've always looked at it. I don't understand why people get upset about it. Are you physically involved? Are you physically watching? Then what difference does it make? End of story.
And so these are the reasons why the Trevor Project exists. It brings support for people who are going through a lot of things and need support, and that's why, again, go Dravi, go Blizzard, and anybody listening, buy a pin, be part of the troll runs, and even if you can't support either financially, just give a retweet, support it, and you know what? Be awesome to everybody.
Be awesome.
I just got a T-shirt that says that.
Did it have a B on it?
Oh, it doesn't have a B on it.
Yeah. I was at, completely side note, but since you're talking about the shirt, I saw a guy walk by. I was working the box office because I movie theater worker on the weekends, and I had a guy had a periodic chart on it, and underneath it says, "I wear this shirt periodically." I wanted so bad to like, hey, dude, nice shirt, but I didn't because he was in a conversation. I didn't want to bother him, but yeah, I was like, I approve. That's a pun I approve of. Anyway, with that, we should probably get ready to get out of here because it is a lot later than I was expecting. I know you're tired. So, with that, do you have any shout-outs? How do people get a hold of you, etc., and so forth?
Shout out again to Allie, who's putting together a kick butt episode of Dungeon Fables. So I'm excited to hear this one because it has all the different dungeons and bosses put together. I'm just excited hearing all the things that are being put into it. It's going to be full of a lot of booty, bay, and stuff like that. And you can find me at gnomepodcast.com, where I talk to people throughout the week and have a lot of fun. And you can also find me on Twitter at Frazzlytastic.
I didn't send in a boss in there because I was like, there are limits to how crazy she can go. My brain doesn't have those limits. And the first thing I thought of was, ooh, that would be terrible. It'd be amazing, but terrible. So I kept it to myself, but I was like, really, like, I want to hit that button to send it. But yeah,
I went all out, and I don't even expect 1% of what I sent it to be in there. But just the fact that I was able to go all out and send out, and like I even sent voice lines, so it's gonna be amazing whatever's in there.
I believe you sent in voice lines. I believe that. I wouldn't have done that. I would have maybe had the voice lines there, but without the voice, just like the words. I would like, you can do the voice. It sounds kind of like this. Kind of thing.
But it's so much fun to have the voice lines. Like, you are all gonna die right now. Watch my hammer that I have been working on a lot.
Okay, that's something.
Started strong, didn't really stick the ending.
No.
Game of Thrones, is that you? Oh, sorry, what?
In my other hand, I got a coffee cup.
And a bottle of water.
A bottle of water.
All right. Anyway, I'm not gonna. I really not hating on Game of Thrones or anything else. It was just one of those comments I had to make. As for me, since you've been going on, how to get a hold of me? I'll go with that first. At Draven Dresden over on Twitter, and then yeah, that's honestly that's the easiest way to get a hold of me. Discord. bit.ly/WFL Discord. You can see when other people post their stuff, such as Dungeon Fables from Alley. One of the 17,000 things Frazzly does.
Yeah.
I might actually be underestimating that number. It might actually be higher. I don't know. It's hard to get a good count on it because every time, oh yeah, I'm on this time. Oh, okay.
And you'll be on a future episode of the Gnome podcast, so I'm excited.
Eventually. Am I going to be able to fit, or am I going to be like Gandalf in the Hobbit hole?
It might be like that. So, I mean, the good news is as long as you don't mind me snuggling up and we get real close together.
Can I just have tea and cheese?
Okay, we can do that.
Lord of the Rings jokes, guys. We have a Patreon for the show, getting back to, show-related things. Patreon.com/podcastepicfail. $1 a month, $2, $5, whatever. It's listed all over 50. You can put in a custom amount, whatever, it doesn't matter. The show's free. If you want to support, I will say thank you. I will look at you like you're crazy because I won't understand your decision to give money to this train wreck. But I will still say thank you because it means a lot. We have episode 200 coming up. Here, God, this is 192, so 7 more weeks after this. I have done no planning at all because I have had no time at all. Like, I could, go... I've had ideas, but no time to enact them. Go back and be like, here's a blooper of the 200 at most epic of fails.
But that would require time to do.
I'd have to go back through all of them, and there's just no way I can do that. I mean, I can go through YouTube and cut it that way, but there's just no way I can do that. I will figure out something. I might even tell that story that I kept saying, oh, it means a lot, and you'll know why at some point. I might even tell that story for 200.
Ooh, I like that. Get people in suspense.
I know.
And you can say that 200 will be an epic fail podcast.
Yes. It will be a podcast full of epic fails. Because I might just put my mouse on auto-click and just leave it over the mute myself button so that it Now, mind you, I wasn't clicking that. That was just me doing that with my voice. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much that. As for a shout-out, honestly, I have been out of game, so I can't really give an in-game shout-out. So I will give a shout-out to just people who aren't jerks and are nice to people.
Yes.
It's a cop-out, shout-out, and I'm fully aware of it. Actually, no. I'm going to give a shout-out to TBK because he's the reason that I found out that City Heroes is back.
Nice. So he was a hero to you.
He was a hero. I got to remake all my old hero. Well, not all of them, but some of them. I haven't made my giant carrot costume guy yet.
Ooh.
I named it Beta Carotene.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Carrot Top. You know the
No.
10-220.
Yeah, no, I know who Carrot Top is. No, I named my giant carrot Beta Carotene because I'm a fan of bad puns. Just like my tank character is a 5'3", which you can get up to 12 feet tall in this game. So 5'3", Catholic schoolgirl. That's my tank.
You know, that pun is,
I've made
doesn't
Frasley
go none too.
speechless.
Yes, because I that's none so far. Yeah, I can't top that.
Not only did I make him facepalm, I made him speechless, all within an hour and a half.
Yep. You've got that effect on me.
Hashtag winning. And with that, as is tradition, Frasley, have you any last words for
Use
the show?
cough drops. Yes, use cough drops.